This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumph's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Well, we are hoping you're having a wonderful Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for joining us. Today is November 9th.
And the COVID cases here in Nye County and across the United States, for that matter, have been skyrocketing. Officials are saying that most people have relaxed safety protocols and the majority of the cases are coming from family functions. Today, there were 68 new COVID-19 positive cases reported here in the county and confirmed over the weekend. 60 here in Pahrump, 7 in Tonopah, and 1 in Amargosa Valley. Overall, there have been 895 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positive since the first reported case in March. There have been 85 new cases between last Wednesday and Friday and 2 deaths here in Pahrump. Serenity Health has partnered with the Nye County Sheriff's Office in Nye County to provide a drive-up COVID-19 testing for Nye County and surrounding communities. Testing in Pahrump is now tonight, Monday, from 7 until 9 p.m., Wednesday, 7 a.m. until 9 a.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. There's no pre-registration required. You just show up with your identification and your insurance card if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, you can still test. Testing location is at Serenity Health at 2280 East Calvada Boulevard, number 301 here in Pahrump. People will be lining up in the Calvada Eye for testing. Through ongoing contact tracing, the county says that they have identified that the spike is attributable to the following: the Tonopah Test Range, Nye County School District, religious institutions, the Nevada Southern Detention Center, and largest being family gatherings. There are still no cases tracing back to bars, restaurants, taverns, and anything related in that matter at this time.
A tragic worker death occurred over the weekend in Smoky Valley at Round Mountain Gold's mining facility. Kinross Round Mountain Mine Safety Health Administration and the Nye County Sheriff's Office have begun an investigation following the employee fatality. Round Mountain officials say at approximately 6:30 a.m. on Sunday, November 8th, Kinross Round Mountain received notification of an incident involving one employee. The company immediately initiated emergency rescue protocols, and the Round Mountain Mine Rescue Team was dispatched. It is with great sadness that Round Mountain has confirmed an employee fatality. Round Mountain Gold Corporation is working closely with the Mine Safety and Health Administration and Nye County Sheriff's Office. A full investigation is underway. The employee's family has been notified, and RMGC will continue to work closely with them to provide support. The Vice President and General Manager Neil Jensen says he would like to offer his deepest condolences to the employee's family during this unfortunate circumstance. He adds that at Round Mountain, they are a very close-knit team and community, and this is a difficult time for them all. He would also like to extend his sincerest thanks to the Round Mountain Mine Rescue Team, who responded swiftly and prudently. The health and safety of employees and their families remain the highest priority for Kinross. At this time, only essential functions remain operational, and RMGC continues to work closely with employees to provide support during this challenging time. There's no evidence of foul play. The Mine Safety Health Administration calls this investigation a surface machinery accident. The details are unknown at this time.
Well, over the weekend, the presidential election was called for former Vice President Joe Biden. Biden picked up 290 electoral votes after the Associated Press called Pennsylvania for him. 47 out of 50 states have been now called, although these results are not official. Alaska, Arizona, and Georgia and North Carolina are still processing their results because of the many postal ballots cast in this election. Some states' complete results may not be known for days or even weeks. More than 100 million Americans voted early or by mail. In a victory speech Saturday night, Biden called it a time to heal here in America, while President Trump's and his team have vowed to fight the election results in court, calling into question the integrity and legality of the cast votes.
We have more News 25 coming up right after the break, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Southwest Medical, part of Optum Care, now offering same-day adult health care appointments. Call 775-727-6400 today.
Welcome back, and thanks for being with us tonight. Apple reveals new MacBooks, Airbnb is moving forward with IPO plans, and CVS turned in a healthy earnings report.
Topping our news, Apple reveals its new MacBooks with its very own chips on Tuesday. The move marks the beginning of the end of Apple's chip relationship with Intel. Up until now, Apple has used Intel's processing computer chips for 14 years. Airbnb is going forward with its plans to IPO. According to Reuters, Airbnb will file its documents this week. The vacation rental company could set a valuation of $30 billion. CVS turned in a very healthy earnings report. The pharmacy chain brought in revenue of $67 billion, which exceeded expectations. CVS also named Karen Lynch as its new CEO. She takes the position February 1st. Right now, Lynch is the executive vice president of CVS and president of Aetna. CVS bought the insurance giant Aetna back in 2018.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, item 34 on the October 20th Board of County Commissioners agenda was a proposal to waive annual licensing fees and credit any late fees for marijuana establishment licenses for 1 year.
I have here their payment history for fees. They pay one fee, it's called the sales fee on recreational marijuana. That's 2% of sales, okay? I've got what they paid Q1 in fiscal 19, Q1 in fiscal 20, and Q1 fiscal 21, which just ended. And I see almost no indication that they got hurt. Most of them sold at least $1 million worth of product in the last quarter. The one right up the street here, I go by it every day, both ways. Every time I go by it, the parking lot's full of cars, people are working. I see how brothels got hurt. I do not see how these guys got hurt. As far as late fees go, if I don't pay my mortgage or I don't pay my car fee, my car payment, they charge me for it. I know that up front. So I pay on time all the time. There's no excuse these guys can't pay on time. The guys that aren't paying on time are notorious for not paying on time, month after month after month. They just don't want to pay it. So that's my comment. I can't support it.
Because the business is not federally legal, the marijuana industry has not been eligible for CARES Act funding. This proposal would save approximately $105,970.20 total. The agenda item was submitted by Commissioner Blundell for consideration. There was much discussion among the commissioners regarding the need to provide financial assistance to a business that was not shut down due to the pandemic, and fees that are paid by the marijuana dispensaries are based on sales. Commissioner Blundell argued that waiving these fees is a way to help a business in the county that is not eligible for federal funding. Blundell's motion to waive the fees, credit the late fees, was not seconded, so the motion died on the floor. Blundell let his disappointment be known.
Real shame.
For possible action,
Very unbusiness friendly there.
I'm very friendly to people who need help. For possible
you're
action.
Winners and losers now? Is that what you're telling me?
No, all I'm
You
saying
have a
is,
crystal ball?
all I'm saying is someone sold $1 million this month and they sold $1 million last month, they're not hurting.
Well, you use a different number.
Gentlemen, I would advise that we move forward and proceed.
We are moving
35.
forward. We're having a conversation. We're nice.
Possible action, discussion and deliberation 2-1.
Veterans Day is on November 11th. Dr. Tom Waters stopped by the News 25 studios to talk about events commemorating that day.
Well, Veterans Day is November 11th every year, and that's why we call it 11-11-11. For those people that just don't know, it was the 11th month, the 11th day, at the 11th hour that World War I ended. We have two things going on. VFW Post, always at 11 o'clock, for that very reason, 11-11-11. And also at 3:30 at Chief Tacopa Cemetery, the DAV will have an event. Now at both events, you will find all the commanders of our veteran organizations will be attending both events. The public is invited, because even though we're in the midst of COVID, we can have over 250 people out there. I don't think it'll be that many, but just remember that we are doing social distancing and we are wearing masks as much as possible.
When we come back, doctors from the Cleveland Clinic will have tips for a safe Thanksgiving meal. Stay with us.
News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, with most events, we should expect Thanksgiving to look different this year due to COVID-19. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Joseph Cabazzo says gatherings should be kept small and reminds us that family settings have the potential for loved ones to unknowingly spread coronavirus.
Any gathering with family members has the risk of infecting any of them, and of course, the more vulnerable are more likely to end up very ill, needing one of us in the ICU. So no gathering is totally safe unless it's just really with the people under your own roof.
If you do decide to plan a small get-together with immediate family, it's important to know what your guests are doing in their day-to-day lives so you can gauge the risk they'll bring to the dinner table. For example, college students and school-aged children who are attending classes in person may fall into a higher risk category of being carriers of COVID-19. You'll also want to consider someone's workplace and personal life, including whether COVID-19 precautions like masking are enforced and followed. If your guests are traveling, you should keep an eye on the COVID-19 case numbers in their area to determine their risk level. If possible, high-risk guests should quarantine for 10 to 14 days before attending your event. When quarantine isn't possible, wearing a mask during the gathering is recommended. These measures may be a tough sell for your loved ones, but protecting them can help ensure they'll be at the dinner table long after the pandemic is gone.
The patients I've had who've been at other family gatherings and like weddings who've gotten sick, there's just been a tremendous amount of guilt that's left on the people hosting the event. And I don't think you'll ever regret being extra cautious in the middle of a pandemic. The regret can only occur if a loved one gets very sick as a result of your gathering.
In warmer climates, gathering outdoors can reduce virus transmission risk. However, it's important to remember that social distancing is still necessary outside, so be sure your guests are sitting 6 feet apart. Dr. Cabazzo reminds us the safest gatherings this Thanksgiving are either virtual or with the people living in your home.
Let's meet today's Save a Pet. Darby O'Donnell takes us to Desert Haven Animal Society's cat room.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Livy, this cat. Oh my gosh, so friendly, so sweet, was rolling all around the cage, wanting attention, smushing her little face up against it. Right when I opened it, she started giving me hugs. I picked her up, she immediately started going and making mush on my shoulder. She's extremely affectionate and loving and just super cute. She is a 1-year-old black and white domestic short hair. So cute, has beautiful gold eyes. If you want to come and see her or any of her friends here in the cat room, give them a call at 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 News. We're out here at the location outside the studios. You might see a little snow in the background. People are excited about the snow. They're dressing for the weather. Hey, that's good news. We'll tell you all about the weather to expect in the next week. Coming right back at you.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hey, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. A little termination dust up there on the mountains. Is that what they call it around here? That's what they call it back home, termination dust. You know, Summer and is definitely over when there's white on the mountains, man. And it is cooling off up and down the state. Let's take a look. Fernley, 34 degrees was your high mark today. 18 degrees for your low. Fallon saw similar temperatures. 37 for a high, 18 for a low. Carson City also kind of a little frosty, 36 degrees, and 19 for your low tonight. Tonopah, you'll see 33 as a high today, 15 for a low. You are getting into some serious stuff. You might want to wrap up some of those pipes up there in Tonopah. Goldfield, you saw 35 degrees for a high today. Shrug it off, 17 for a low. Not too bad. Beatty, all right, finally the cold is losing its grip a little bit as we head south. 50 degrees for a high. 28 for a low. That's that could be some trouble for some outdoor plants. Amargosa, you saw 54 degrees for a high today. 29 for low. And in Las Vegas, yeah, I think you're done with the pool weather out there. 56 degrees was your high today. 38 for a low. And in Death Valley, you never see this. Hardly never. 65 degrees for a high. 42 for a low. A little frosty out in Death Valley. Well, welcome to the rest of the world, huh? How do you like that? How does it feel for you out in Death Valley, huh? Some real life temperatures. 49 degrees is our current temperature. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, we saw as much as 53 degrees across the beautiful valley, and the winds kicking up a little bit to 9 mile an hour out of the west-northwest. Humidity sticking in there at 24%, giving us some cloud cover and some beautiful colors as the sun sets and rises. Sun rose this morning, 6:15 a.m. It will give up the ghost tonight at 4:39 p.m., and that'll be nighttime. Lots and lots of nighttime. Hey, all right, 49 degrees will be our current temperature with 30 degrees where we're heading later this evening. Winds out of the northeast to 4 miles per hour. More humidity, more clouds, 36% humidity. And let's take a look at it as we head on into the week. Got a couple interesting things going on. Winds kicking up Tuesday and Wednesday. You will notice a significant wind and big gusts coming at you. As the temperature gradually increases throughout the week, we'll see a high of 57 on Tuesday and increasing to all the way almost to 70 by the time we hit Monday. But winds in between, a couple cloudy days, Thursday, Friday to look at. But temperatures shaping up a little bit nicely. We'll get into a kind of a warm winter pattern and see some clouds and humidity and whatnot. But that's the way it's looking. That's your report from the 25 Weather Studio. I'm John Kohler. Back to the desk with Miss Indiana.
Thanks, John. See that alien walk by him earlier?
I saw that alien walk by. Looked like a thing of Jiffy Pop.
She did. All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.
Good night.